Hi there, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome to this session of the government lean estate agency. I'm joined here by Harry van Zomeren, and we're just struggling a little bit with our technique. So special meeting because this year it's for the third year that the lean government agency estate agency is sharing with us their story about their lean transformation. Harry will we will go over their journey the last couple of years, and this year we will mainly focus on some reflection of the major changes that they put in place. In short, we will have a short introduction about about the government agency, about Harry, but also what they did and why they did what they did the last couple of years. But we will focus on the reflection on the effectiveness of their different countermeasures, and of course, we look a little bit further in the near future. So let's move on and start sharing our screen. We need to do this, and there we go. So, well, Harry, maybe you could tell a little bit about yourself, your function, and what you do, and your involvement in the Lean program at the real estate agency.
Yes, thank you very much, Rob. Well, it's a real big pleasure to be here for the third time already. I'm working for the central government's real estate company in the Netherlands, and I'm the regional head of the north part of the country. And after the last years, I was involved in at first in some small lean initiatives. I became enthusiastic, and after that, I became a lean ambassador. So apart from all the nice stuff that lean brings in terms of fact-based working, reducing waste, I'm also very interested in the human part of lean. So that's my interest, and that's the reason why I'm here, and I'm glad to be able to tell my story.
All right, thanks, Harry, for that. So we move on towards give at least most of you maybe are already familiar with the real estate agency of the Netherlands, but for all of you who are not familiar, we do have a small video that basically tells this story. So let's go there.
We are the central government real estate agency, the biggest real estate organization in the Netherlands, with some 83,000 hectares of land, almost 12 million square meters of buildings, and a wide variety of clients. We maintain and manage prisons, palaces, government offices, barracks, museums, courts, nature areas, and agricultural land. Our 2,900 employees range from technicians and architects to building engineers and real estate brokers, and from project managers to ecologists. Together we create environments that are inspiring, sustainable, and safe. Together with our partners in central government and elsewhere, we aim to use our land and buildings to help solve the issues facing society, like climate change and the energy transition, where we collaborate with the market and local partners to find local solutions. We're also making our real estate more sustainable. We renovate the buildings we own and refurbish them, wherever possible, with repurposed materials and green energy. That way, we're leading by example. We are partnering with the Ministry of Defense to overhaul and update their real estate and develop a future-proof portfolio. buildings and land that no longer fit our purpose are sold and repurposed for the benefit of society. For instance, as new homes. Our assets also include nature areas and agricultural land. We research ways of managing, using and conserving them sustainably and look at how to reduce nitrogen emissions. At the Central Government Real Estate Agency, we try to balance clients' interest with those of society. Finding that balance makes our work challenging, exciting and complex. We are the Central Government Real Estate Agency for a better Netherlands.
Well, Harry, sounds like a pretty big organization. So for today, where are we in the Central Government Real Estate Agency? Can you take us a little bit about where the last couple of years you guys were mainly applying lean and lean methodology?
Yeah, sure. We have roughly 3,000 people working for our company, and about half of them are working for the business unit Real Estate Maintenance, which I'm also working for. And in that area, in that business unit, we have the areas of project and maintenance. So everything that has to do with keeping all the buildings, installations up to speed, do the legal inspections, repair, etc., etc. So that's the area that we are covering, and we do that with some different types of personnel. We have technical people, engineers and technicians. We also have project managers, object managers, and administrative people. We are regionally organized, 5 regions in the Netherlands and 1 in the Caribbean. We also have a countrywide department for projects here. So that's our company in a bird fly, as we say.
In a nutshell, yeah. So thanks for that. So Harry, I do believe you guys, there were many small lean initiatives prior to 2022.
Yeah.
But then you guys decided to really step it up, especially in the maintenance department from 2022. Could you give us a little background why that was, why you basically did so?
Yeah. Well, for the last decade, we experienced a backlog in the maintenance, because since the end of the Cold War, the budgets were very deeply cut, especially for the Ministry of Defense, but also on the other ministries. So we have a lot to do to keep up with that pace. On the other hand, at the same time, we also had the challenge that we could not grow dramatically on staff. So basically, do more with the same amount of people, and that's a big challenge.
Okay, so limited staff, substantial backlogs, and please do more.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like
Quite a challenge.
quite a challenge, but also a good starting point to do some serious thinking about lean. So then please tell us in a nutshell, what was then your analysis for maybe waste and potential and the consequential strategy that you guys came up with?
Yeah. Well, what we found out basically is that we have processes that are relatively long and inefficient, so much waste in it. But at the same time, we had some transparency problems, because we could not exactly point our fingers where the projects stood. So transparency in information, in management information, that was also critical. And we also were working with teams who were set up at each new project. So people were relatively inefficient in terms of resources allocation. And we also saw the necessity to do that. So at the end, we concluded, okay, we are going to introduce post-stream management in order to break down the silos and we are also going to appoint dedicated teams to get people more involved, more ownership, and more efficient relocation of people.
So I'm not sure whether there's any French people over here, but sometimes they say strategy is for the French. It's all about its execution. So really interested. So what did you actually do as a team? Maybe a lean team.
Yeah. Well, we had, as I already mentioned, multiple multifunctional teams. So the first things we did was we appointed one team for each member in which they do multiple projects. So that was a big step. We also looked at all the information that there already was and introduced and built flowboards in which everybody can see the actual situation of a project in one overview. And we also, with some help of the Management Institute, did some team coaching on how to use the board and how to do a real good stand-up meeting. We also installed real operational management structure on the level of the team, the region, and the business unit. And also very important, in the past, the projects at the start of the year, it was a big pile of projects, and everybody did their utmost, but we did not manage to do enough projects to finish them and to be ready for the next one. So we decided to switch from push to pull. The teams themselves are asking now for new projects if there is capacity available in those teams. And at last, we introduced value stream managers, which are appointed to steer through the whole value stream instead of their own silo. And we are working now in customer teams instead of other teams.
Okay, so this is what truly happened, I believe, on your operational management. As we had a prior discussion, you also mentioned, like, prior we were only managing quality. Now we're also, besides quality, we're also managing production.
Exactly.
That's quite impressive. So, but did it do you any good?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. So we had some big results. That's the good news. A yearly 20% increase of production and productivity. That's really a big step. And we also improved our service levels on the maintenance, also with more than 20%.
Okay. And you did so with new hires, or was this with the original crew?
With the original crew.
Okay, so basically what it says, in the last couple of years, you improved production and productivity by 50% with the same amount of people.
Exactly.
Okay, well, that sounds impressive. It does. However, there's this expression, culture eats strategy for breakfast and transformation for lunch. So I would like to challenge you to truly take a reflection on all those major countermeasures that you guys put in place. And let's then start, and would really be interesting, like, did the dedicated teams have people have one team but multiple projects? To what extent did that bring you the profits that you and the benefits that you expected from it? Could you give us your reflection?
Okay, here comes the honest story. It's not only sunshine, because the dedicated teams were appointed and went really well. The efficiency went up, the production went up, so that's great. But at the same time, we see that the ownership is established on project level, but not yet on team level. So the ownership on the team level, in terms of prioritizing flexibility and functionality between people, improving capacities for projects, for process improvement, it's limited. There's much more potential in that. At the same time, we also see that this type of working, as you could say, requires different leadership from the operational managers. So a lot of operational managers are struggling with the new challenge in terms of more Gemba walks, knowing exactly how the process works, coaching their people to improve. That's also one thing that we have to do better.
So as I understand it, it's like from a people manager or maybe someone taking care of the capacity is there. You do expect your leaders to be also a process manager, and in that sense, a developer of a team to have process improvement and ownership to a higher level.
Exactly.
So many results, many teams already stepping up, but there still needs to be a lot. It's resilient. Let's put it like this. Yeah,
work to be done.
there is some culture issues, like in all organizations. So thanks for that. So what about this new operational management? Any book, and maybe all you guys out there, you are familiar with this operational management. This is the trick. This is how you run your business. Responsibility and ownership lower in the organization, and at the same time have a rapid reply and support from the higher levels in the organization. That's the theory. That's the easy part. So give us, please, your true reflection on where you are at that stage.
Yes, what we see here is that the disclosure of information that really went well. So we had much more relevant information to steer on the results. And as we sorry, ranges. So proactive steering on the results is absolutely achieved. That's nice. What's not achieved, not quite at least, is proper escalation. So the teams have to learn that, because now they're merely dealing with vague concerns instead of fact-based escalation. So what's really going on, do a good analysis and ask proper questions to your higher level to help solve them if you can't do that on your own. So escalation bottom up, but also top down, helping people with those escalations and giving them feedback if it was done. That's a big issue that we have to solve. And we also have we have to invest in skills and acknowledgement from people to achieve that.
Okay, but do I understand correctly? So it's not. So on the one hand, you want to see teams reach out more fact-based, more proactively to the higher regions or higher levels. But do the higher levels answer those requests from the teams, or is there also some improvement to be gained?
Absolutely, there's some improvement to be gained. Yes.
Difficult, huh?
Yeah, it's difficult.
So keep it up, you guys. So, well, now what about this is maybe the last two was about breaking down silos, moving from listen, there's this yearly plan and you figure it out, towards having a true conversation within the process instead of via management. You came up with these bow tie meetings. Could you tell us a little bit about your transition towards a more tool-based communication and structure in your process?
Yeah. Well, what we did, as you already mentioned, we appointed the bow tie meetings, in which the asset management and the project organization are really interfacing. What projects are there to do, and what priorities do we have, and etc. etc. But what we see is that the silo responsibility is there still. So responsibility for the whole value chain, for the whole value stream, is limited. So what the next step would be that everybody is working with the same responsibility for the whole. And that's a big step that we have to take. At the same time, problem solving, I already mentioned it. There's a lot to do there.
Okay, and what about this problem solving? And because you're mentioning the bow tie, the meeting. So can you tell us a little bit about the value stream teams that were put in place?
Yeah. Well, we have the value stream managers that we put in place. They are basically responsible for the production and the process improvement, while the line management at the same time is responsible for the staff, the skills, capacity, etc., etc. But at the same time, they are the same people with different heads.
Yeah.
And that's a struggle to let that work. We're making progress, but it's an effort. It's an effort to achieve that.
Okay. So sounds like a lot of progress, but also a lot of additional fruits that could be plucked from your efforts. It also sounds like maybe you could slow down a little bit. Could you tell us a little bit more about all other initiatives and also the lean community and the lean movement within your department? Is that the same as 3-4 years ago?
No, that's a nice question, because we saw that the amount of people who are working with lean and who are really adopting it is growing fast. So that's very nice. We did multiple Kaizens, we did a lot of other things. So basically, our whole business unit, 1,500 people, are now involved in value stream management and working this way. So and there are a lot of results. I'm not going to mention them all, but these are big successes that we already achieved.
That's great. So great to hear. It sounds also like a lot going on. Maybe you guys should take it a little slow and maybe be happy about what you achieved, but try to focus on doing even better what you already did. So is there enough ground at the moment to take it maybe one step back before you move on towards 2026?
No.
So there's an ambitious government employee here.
Yeah, there's definitely a new situation now, because as probably everybody will understand, the political situation in worldwide is drastically changed for the last, let's say, 2 years.
Okay.
So our challenge is really to quadruple the production for the coming years, and able to cope with the demand, especially from the Ministry of Defense. So we made also the big decision to incorporate the lean strategy and tools company-wide. So we call that the course. The course, it's translated. And basically, we decided every business unit is going to adapt to the lean principles. We're going to obey us, etc., etc. So we really have to step up in order to keep up with the increasing demand. Big issue.
Okay. So quadrupled is so you did 60%, and you do need to do the other 340% in the coming years. Well, sounds like
quite a challenge.
Quite challenging as it is. So, but then again, everyone is going to be involved, as I understand. So it's going to be a lot of exciting changes and of course additional challenges. Well, Harry, thank you so much. I do think for the first time in 3 years, we do have some time to take some questions. So I will stop the sharing, and maybe there are some people who do have some questions for Harry about lean within the government organization. Is there maybe someone who is having any questions here? Don't see any questions yet. Prof, could you share with us? Okay. I'm not sure, Prof, how we get your question, please. I do like to talk to you, Frost, but we do have an issue in getting you in there. So, Ismail, could you share with us by chat, please? You do have a question about the using of the management using value stream management. Could you share with us, please, by in the chat? Then we are more than willing to answer your question. So thanks, Ismail. How was the experience with management using value stream mapping or value stream management? You apparently found it a bit difficult to approach senior management with it. So do you have any tips there, Harry? Because I know you are involved here yourself.
Yeah. Well, what we first did at the director's level, that was already 2 years ago with the Management Institute, we took 2 days and we really, basically we did a small Kaizen with the whole team, and that helped enormously to open their eyes. At one part, basically, the limited knowledge from those people about the details of the process, but also it was a big eye-opener to see how much waste there is in the chain. So it's really to invest in the sense of urgency by the at that level. That's very important. And further in the process of working with lean and value stream management, it was also very important to make very clear commitment about the role of a value stream manager versus the line manager. I already mentioned it, production and process improvement versus staff capacity, etc., etc. So take time to incorporate that also at a high level of the senior management, because otherwise it's going to fail. They don't really feel comfortable about it. They struggle with it. So invest also in that. That's the second suggestion.
Let's see if we also can still have some time to answer the question of Heather. In creating value stream management for management, what cross-functional teams did you incorporate, and how did you establish the ground rules? That's a difficult question.
That's a very nice question. Thank you, Heather, for that. Well, first of all, we had we established some basic rules.
But I do think the functional team was every silo was represented in the value stream team.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So every silo was present.
Yeah, but we also found out that at a certain project, it's possible that really 30 people are working on that project. So we decided, okay, you have to work more than 80% of your time at the project in order to. Was that live?
Not yet. So, Harry, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye, guys. Great to have you.